Still working on it. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Carrie Sparks with Pioneer Title, your Arizona title gal. I'm here with Daniel Rabadi from over at eMortgage today, and we're going to do a fresh topic. So I want to just introduce him in a second, but also kind of give some announcements of what I've got going on. This is almost the end of the line for having these on my personal page. All these videos that I've done, I'm going to be moving them off of this and over to my professional page. So if you've not liked Carrie Sparks, Arizona Title Gal, please go and find me on my professional page. So that's where I'll be hosting them, as well as over on YouTube. So hopefully everyone's having a fabulous Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. And next Tuesday afternoon, I have Steve Black that is going to do a Zoom meeting. This will not be on Facebook. It won't be hosted live anywhere. But he's going to talk about what agents and loan officers of today need to know, the tools they have to have in their toolbox. Predominantly, it's going to be digital that we're going to be talking about to be successful. And I was fortunate enough to take a class with him a couple weeks ago, and he impressed me. So no matter if you're in Arizona or someplace else across the country watching this, please just request the Zoom link to do the registration. And I look forward to seeing you next week. But this topic that we're going to talk about today is door knocking. But before we get started, Daniel, can you kind of go over your contact information, your website, all that?
Right, yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Daniel Rabadi. My direct phone number would be 480-331-4432. My NMLS number is 189-2449. And my website would be danielrabadi.applyemmloans.com.
Thank you. So what we're going to talk about again today is going to be door knocking. Now, I've done this a lot over the years, as well as I guess I can go back to my first experience with door knocking. And I've kidded with my realtors and loan officers over the years about it. And I go back to that spot where I was a Girl Scout, and I, like so many other people who were in scouting, needed to learn to go out and sell Girl Scout cookies or booster things. And I go and I draw back to that time when I was a little kid, and I had to go up to the door. I had to knock on there, and I had to sell some cookies because there were some prizes I needed to win. And my mom was in the car and out in the street watching me. So I go back to that time when I talked to my realtors about it, and the prep that we're going to go over and the whole 9 yards. It can be fun. And before we get started on all the rest of the details on how to do this, because I do have the background I have with safety, I want to make sure that it goes noted that don't do anything that puts you in an unsafe situation. Many times when it comes to door knocking, it is really best to be done with a partner or a group, just to make sure that you are okay, and listen to your gut. So if you feel like you're walking into an unsafe situation, listen to it, walk away. There's another house. So with that being said, now that I've got that off the table, we wanted to go through, like, Daniel, tell us about how, like, we're getting ready. We're going to go out and we're going to door knock today. What should we be wearing? How should we be presenting ourselves?
Right. So appearance is going to be a huge factor when it comes to going door to door, especially for real estate. So a lot of things come into factor. One thing for sure is the weather, depending on where you're from. If it's too hot, you want to make sure that you have water with you, that you're dressed, professionally, but also, you're going to give yourself some breathability, maybe a nice button-up shirt that has a little bit better breathability than what you usually wear. You want to make sure that you have plenty of water for the time that you're going to be out there. And you also just want to make sure that while you're out there, you're kind of keeping yourself safe with some sunscreen. If it's hot, if it's, raining, an umbrella. These are really good talking points as well when you're actually out there. But you definitely want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, because that's the number one thing, is taking care of yourself. And then when the appearance, I'm sure everybody hears this, People usually will see you, and within the first 5 seconds or so, they'll know, do I like this person or not? And that all comes from appearance a lot. Your smile is a big factor, but appearance as well. You want to make sure that you look good, you smell good, you're clean. And when you're out there, you're smiling and you just look good. You look good, you feel good, everything's going to go great.
So you've got your game face on.
Yes.
You're ready to go.
Right.
So you're sunscreened up. You've got comfortable shoes on.
Mm-hmm.
You're dressed so that, somebody's going to want to have a conversation with you.
Right.
When I've done door knocking in the past, I've always made sure that I had my name badge on.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that and being able to identify right there?
Yeah, that's going to be a huge factor with trust, especially. You want to make sure you're able to identify yourself at any given point. If someone comes out, even if you're not at the house and someone's just walking by and they say, hey, how you doing? What are you doing in the neighborhood? How can I help you? You have that badge right there. You could just show them your identification, and it really builds that trust with the neighborhood. Because believe it or not, a lot of these people talk to each other. After, you go door knocking, they do mention, hey, like on their Facebook pages, a lot of people actually have Facebook pages for their neighborhoods. They'll mention, hey, this guy's coming by, super sweet, super nice person. He's with this company. I actually took a picture of his badge. So you want to make sure that you're identifying yourself. So it's just builds a lot better trust.
So then the next thing we were going to talk about, and by the way, if you're watching this right now, we're going to actually be creating a small series on this topic, because as we come out of the Arizona heat, hopefully in another 2 months,
Mm-hmm. Hopefully.
2 more months, people will start getting ready to do the door knocking again. At least I hope they do, that we get out and meet people. But the prep involved in getting ready to go out and do door knocking, you kind of have to figure out what neighborhood, where do you want to do this? And how would you suggest, because you have a long history in door knocking. You made your career out of doing this and very successful at it. So if you could, how do we pick the neighborhood? What should we know about the neighborhood when we're getting this set up?
Right. So usually what I recommend is you want to make sure you know a lot of the facts before going just into any neighborhood. You want to make sure that you have information on what the neighborhood is like, what the homes are like. You want to make sure that you have a good grasp on the safety of that neighborhood as well. And you also just want to make sure that you have information. You're going to be probing questions when you're talking to these people, but you kind of want to have the answers already, and you kind of want to just have them say the same answers that you already have. So it kind of builds that understanding and that trust. And then especially if you already say these answers to them, like you say, oh, this home was built 2018, new neighborhood, they're going to be astonished if you know all this information. They're going to say, wow, this guy or this girl is a pro. She or he knows exactly what he's talking or she's talking about. And it's a huge factor when you're going door to door. Being prepared and knowing all this information is key. Very, very important.
With title, we have the ability to pull a farm kit on the neighborhood. So we're able to help the realtor or loan officer identify whether it's owner occupied or non-owner occupied, so that you can, and we're going to get into this the next time we talk about scripts and stuff. So you can figure out if you're talking to someone who is a renter or someone who is an owner, and to be able to disseminate that. So knowing the solds in the neighborhood, every realtor should be able to pull these up, knowing the pending, being ready with a notepad. Many times when I've gone out, Daniel, and done door knocking with agents, I've helped them with some of the additional tools, like a notepad, like a pen. So it's really kind of almost having your kit ready when you go. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Think about it like this. If you're going into a business meeting, a lot of the times they're going to say, bring a notepad, bring a pen. Otherwise, how are you truly grasping the information being given to you? And that's kind of like with these homeowners or renters, knowing that if they're a homeowner or renter, you can build off notes, build off information off of them, and actually have it stored securely in front of you. So for later, when you're calling back or you're trying to get in contact with that person again, you have the information, you have that, the jokes that you said, you had the personal information, maybe the kids, or they live with their grandparents. You have that information still stored. So having a notepad is huge, huge, huge advantage when you're out there, being able to just jot all that information down.
One thing I've also helped them with is, let's just say that you just brought one pen and you didn't bring a couple pens
Yeah.
and you lost your pen, is use that cell phone with the camera to
Yeah.
take photos of what the property address is, so that you're able to record it later on. Just other things. I mean, I'm sure you could probably help them with some notepads and eMortgage pens and whatnot, and help them put something together if they liked, right?
Right, correct. Most definitely. And that's actually a good point. You always want to make sure you bring two pens. I learned that the hard way. So definitely want to have a backup for sure.
That sounds great. So I know that the next time we talk, we are going to go over some scripts, going over probing questions, and I think we have it for tone as well. And then some other things later on that we'll talk about is consistency and objections, and how to help supplement that live piece with some digital stuff and creating some follow-up techniques. But before we end it, I want to thank you for doing this, but also mention that we started this with a safety piece, going in pairs and listening to your gut. But one of the best things you can also do on top of that is make sure that no matter if you're a man or a woman, whatever, please let somebody know where you're going.
Right.
So they have a general idea. Super simple, kind of the buddy system, just to say, I'm doing this in this neighborhood, just be aware of it, and then check back when you're done. Always really helpful for that. So anyways, this is Carrie Sparks, your Arizona title gal. Thank you, Daniel, again. If I can be of service to anyone, please give me a call at 602-715-5704. For everyone that is watching that I work with, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for choosing to work with me. Thank you for working with my team and my company. We really, really are grateful for you and your support. So, Daniel, anything final words?
If you have any questions, just feel free to reach out to me, whether it's with mortgages or if you want extra additional information on the going door to door, I'm here for you. So just feel free to reach out to me in any way possible, and I'll make sure I get back to you as soon as possible with that information.
Would you be willing to do some door knocking with people?
Yes, I actually love it. Even in the weather right now here in Arizona, I love it. It's a lost art. I tell people it's a passion, and once you get good at it, you just want to do it all the time. Yeah.
So we'll put your contact information down below in the comments. What's your phone number again, one more time?
Yes. So my phone number is going to be 480-331-4432.
Again, thank you everyone for watching. Usually I do these in the morning, so thank you again the second time this week for being patient with me into the afternoon. And again, have a great day. Thanks, Daniel, and I will talk to you soon.